Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Walk in Purpose with Angela on behalf of the Damon Looks, on behalf of the Damon Products, on the O.N.E Dynasty. It's part of an extension of the radio show that I am on monthly at 9:30 p.m. brought to you by um, O.N.E Dynasty. I am on the Damon net product of the Damon Network side of the O.N.E Dynasty. And we are doing what we call Damon Looks. So you will be seeing me twice a month, bringing you Damon Looks, while we'll be bringing guests on through StreamYard, and we will be streaming this through YouTube. We're going to be touching on different topics that is affecting our community. Right now, COVID-19 is one of the latest topics that's affecting our community. So I wanted to bring a couple guests on today to share with me about COVID-19 and how it has affected their life and their outlook on the aspects of COVID-19. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in this afternoon. Um, if you don't know who I am Angela Thomas Smith, the founder of AALAC, and I am also the founder of Aspiring Authors Magazine. And my desire, my hopes, my dream is to bridge the gap between brown authors all over this world and provide an opportunity for those brown authors that strive to be best-selling authors and those that are aspiring to become authors, to provide a platform for them to nurture their gifts and their talents. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Um, you're probably going to hear a lot of notifications going off because it's that time of day, but we're going to push past anyway. Today I have with me Miss Tanya Vernon. She is from Arcadia, Louisiana, and we're going to be chatting it up about COVID-19. So if you are tuned in live and you have some questions, please post them in the comment section. Please share this across the platform. So if anyone have any questions, if they want to chime in their comments, they're more than free to do so. If you are seeing this as a replay, I want to thank you for tuning in. Please share this. But without further ado, I'm going to bring up my guests and we're going to begin this chat. Hello, Miss Tanya. How are you
Hello.
today?
All right. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So today it's going to be just a laid back conversation. I wanted to have a panel to discuss COVID-19 and what was going on, and what were your thoughts on COVID-19? How has it affected you, and what is your outlook on this virus? So if you want to chime in, you're more than welcome to chime in. I know when this first happened, when it started, I really started noticing it last year around the summertime. I started noticing, they're making comments about it being over in China and how they were banning trans people going back and forth to try to keep the transmission down. But then I knew then ain't no way they was finna isolate that to no one part of the country, no one part of whatever. It's airborne, and it was gonna travel whether they were traveling or not. When it get in the wind, it can go. So I don't understand how, and even with the mask, um, it's not it's not killing it. It's just keeping a lot of it from getting in your system. Because if you read, none of it is 100% guaranteed that none of this virus is getting into your body. So
Mhm.
I wanted to touch on a couple things. And if you're listening, we want to get some people to chime in. I'm going to be sharing this, so I'm going to bring you up and let you discuss your thoughts on COVID-19. How did you? What was your thoughts going into this? What were you thinking when you started seeing all the comments coming across the news before it got bad? What were your thoughts?
I didn't know it was gonna get that bad, but it had got bad and it didn't take long, and it has affected me in my area, my town. We have a lot of COVID-19 patients in our area. Uh, I have to make sure my clients at work they are safe and washing their hands and uh, cleaning and all of that. And I had to make sure that my parents they were safe, had them masks and gloves and all of that. So it affected my life about having to do everything online, and it just affected it like a lot.
I know with me, and I'm gonna speak from my experience. I For those that know, I just recently, when all this started taking place, I have to back up because 2019, it was a crazy year for me. Um,
Mhm.
I lost my dad. I was hospitalized. I had surgery, um, and a lot of things were going on in my life. And I remember um, seeing a lot of this coming across the TV. I think I was in the hospital when a lot of this was coming across the TV, and I was home a lot because after I had my surgery, the doctors didn't release
Mhm.
me into December, so I was home a lot, and I was seeing a lot of this being advertised on TV, and um, it's just like God just began to deal with me with scriptures, and that's when my spiritual journey really kicked in, and I began to dig deep into my spiritual walk, and begin to
Mhm.
change some things in my life. For a lot of people that know me, they know that I hadn't been on Facebook for most of 2019. I just came back on Facebook in January of 2020. I took a whole
Okay.
year off after going through all that I went through. But in going into this, I kept a positive outlook because I know the God that I serve. And
Yeah.
I know that He's able, but still, a lot of people had fear. They were fearful for whatever reason or another. And then when everybody started going out and stockpiling and grabbing everything and leaving everything up on trying to pile everything and stockpiling and just getting in a panic about COVID.
Mhm.
It caused a lot of panic, and it caused a lot of people to waver in a lot of what they were doing. But I know when this COVID, I just moved to Myrtle Beach in February, and I was working this job, and it was a job that they call essential. I was working at this laundromat. I was a laundry attendant. So what I did was check in laundry when these commercial accounts brought their laundry in to get their laundry service. We did condos. We did a lot of different things. So we were having to be in direct contact with people, and
Mhm.
all day long, all you see on the TV, the TV was constantly on these CNN channels and different channels because they constantly had something going in the laundromat. So that's all you saw that was constantly at your face. And then you working in this environment with no PPE. I was
Mhm.
taking my own gloves. I was taking my own mask. I had my own sanitizer because I wasn't taking any chances because number one, I have high blood pressure, which is
Mhm.
an underlying disease, underlying health disease that they say could be susceptible for contracting COVID-19. So I had to worry about myself, and then I had to worry about bringing
Mm.
home that to my sister. And then
Mhm.
when people don't have no regards for their own life, you know they don't have none for yours. If they gonna walk in the laundromat and coughing and sneezing and not even trying to sanitize or going to the washroom and washing their hands, that lets me know that you have no
Mhm.
regards for my life. So when the owners approached me about drawing my unemployment, you know I jumped on it. Um,
Mhm.
they were like they had to let me off. At first, I was kind of saddened because I the first thing kicked in was what's about to take place. This is happening,
Mhm.
and what am I about to do? Because before I moved to Myrtle Beach, I was drawing my unemployment, and I thought I had exhausted all of my unemployment, so I didn't think I would be eligible because I hadn't worked again. That was my first job back on after going through with that. So I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? So I remember getting on Facebook and ranting and raving and going off, and people were bringing things to my remembrance. Even my sister brought it to my remembrance. She said, "Do you not remember the day when you said that you didn't want to go to nobody else's job, that you wanted to work for yourself, that you could do this
Mhm.
all the time by yourself, and you didn't want to work for nobody else?" I tell you, when she reminded me of that thing,
Mhm.
it's just like God started to put my mind in overdrive. He started opening
Mhm.
doors left and right. When I tell you he started opening doors left and right, I remember it was a couple of weeks before all of this happened. I had talked to one of my spiritual moms, and we were discussing something that I had posted. That's one thing I love about my community, because if I do something in error, they're gonna correct me, and they don't mind openly
Mhm.
correcting me.
That's
And
right.
I
Mhm.
thank God that as a leader, that I'm able to accept criticism and take discipline and take it in a positive way and move on. Well, I got pulled in, I got pulled off, I got the phone call, and I got tore into, but tore into in a good way, a way that
Yeah.
pushed me, a way that made me push on. So after the conversation, I remember um, what she had spoken over my life, and not even 48 hours after this lady spoke over my life, God began to open doors for me. He began to remind me of the word that He had spoke over my life. And
Yeah.
through this COVID-19, all I've been reminding people of is all I've been reminding people of is that we have to stand on Psalms 46:10. Even though we are walking in Jeremiah 29:11, because God has a plan for us. Even though a
Yeah.
lot of people have lost their life during this COVID-19, we have to understand that even through the loss of these people's life, that God still shall get the glory, because He's still
Yes.
working it out for our good.
Yes.
If those people were not ready and prepared to go, they will still be here with us, because
Yes.
He allows no mistakes to take place. Even though
Mhm.
this was an attack of the enemy, or was
Mhm.
because a lot of people got a lot of things to say about really what COVID-19 is. It in different people's perspective, COVID-19 is a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
Mhm.
That's why I wanted to have this forum where people could come on and share their perspective, their thoughts, their opinion about what does COVID-19 mean to them and how has it affected them. I know it made me look at life a little different. It made me want to love on my loved ones a little more, to let them know that I love them. Even the ones that I may not see all the times, or the ones that I may have not never met, because I have a big family and some of them I never met before.
Mhm.
But it's very important during these times that we stay connected to our natural family,
Yes.
church family, and
Oh,
those that
yes.
we call friends and family on our social media platforms, because we never know what people are going through. You never know the thoughts that are crossing people's mind. When you've been shut down and locked down in the home now, this started happening around about February, March, when they start shutting everything down and start locking us in. It's
Yes.
July, finna be August now. You're going on 6 months, 5, 6 months that people been in their house and they've only been
Yeah.
seeing their family members and close friends. And then some of us have been out venturing out and going on trips and still doing stuff like nothing is going on. But my prayers be with them because
Yes.
this COVID-19 is serious.
It is.
And
It really is.
those that are not taking it serious, I just want to plead with them today to please take it serious. A mask on is better than a mask off because you have
Yes.
less chance to transmit the virus if you have on a mask. Even if it's
Mm-hmm.
transmitted, you get less transmission going on. Wash your hands. You,
Yes.
you, you should have been washing your hands anyway. Nobody should have had to tell you to wash your hands.
That's
Washing
right.
your hands is something natural that should have been instilled to you when you was growing up and should have been
Yes.
something that comes natural to you anyway. Who wants to walk around with nasty hands? Who want to go to the bathroom and come out the bathroom and not wash their hands? But I see people do it all the time.
Yes. Sure
Carry
do.
some sanitizer. There's put you a little bottle of sanitizer in your hand. Put you some in your car. Put some in your bag. Tote it around. When you need it, use it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We have to learn how to value our own lives. When you value your own life, then you can have that. You can put value on the next person's life. Because if you have value for yourself, then you'll naturally have value for the next person. Don't think about why they not wearing the mask. You make sure you have your mask on.
Yes, ma'am.
Worry about worry about what self is doing.
Yes.
Make sure you social distance. Make sure you washing your hand. Make sure that you covering your mouth when you cough.
That's right.
So I know that I've been doing a lot of talking, and I know people didn't just come on
Mhm.
here to hear me talk. They want to hear you talk too. So I know we talked about before COVID hit, during COVID hit, because a lot is taking place. You know, I personally haven't lost anyone in my family to COVID-19, and I thank God for it. Praise God, all glory be to God. But I have family members that have lost people close to them, and people in their extended family, and like my sister, she lost a nephew by marriage. Different people been losing people. I know people that had contracted the COVID and they're doing great. They recovered and they're doing fine. But I urge people, practice your personal protective stuff. Do what the CDC say do.
Yes. That's right.
You know, if you need more spiritual guidance, dig in the Bible and see what the Bible say concerning these things.
Hmm.
Because I can guarantee you it's in the Bible.
Yes, it is.
It speaks of everything that's taking place.
Yes.
So when you don't want to hear from people, hear from the man himself. Go directly
Hmm.
to the instructions and get instructions on what you're supposed to do from him.
That's right.
So I want to talk about um, where we are right now in COVID. I know some people are tuning in. They're watching. They're coming in, but nobody's making any comments. But if you have comments, please post your comments. I want to ask your questions so that you know the watchers, those that are following, can see your questions and they can chime in on your questions. But I know a lot of people have continued to work. My niece is a nurse. She's a traveling nurse. So unfortunately, she was in New York. Um, she's back from New York. She's actually in Texas now. Her experience in New York wasn't the best experience, but I can't tell her story. She had to tell her own story. But I know it wasn't the best experience. But she did what she had to do. Um, she definitely is a hero in my book because she's touching lives, she's saving lives, she's teaching people. I saw some testimonies on her page where people were um, you know, giving her accolades for being a trainer and the things that she did when she was in New York. So I applaud her for all her great work and all those that are in the first line. I have a nephew. He's a firefighter and a paramedic. So he's constantly on the go, constantly doing something. So I'm constantly praying for my family and those that are close to me because
Mm.
you never know what they're gonna cross and what they're gonna run into. But I want to chime in on what are your thoughts on this lawsuit that Governor Kemp has launched against Keisha Lance Bottoms because she decided to close Atlanta and require them to wear masks. She wanted to put them back on lockdown and require them to wear masks in the city limits and at the airport. So Governor Kemp launched a lawsuit against her. Now, this lady is the mayor of Atlanta. Her and her family has contracted COVID-19. What are your thoughts on this man trying to sue this lady because she wants to bring an ordinance to make sure that people are protecting themselves? What do you think about that? What are your thoughts on that? Because
Well, I just think
it makes no sense to me.
I just think she want to keep her people safe, and you say it's in where Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Yeah, she just want to keep her people safe. The mayor in Atlanta, if she want to shut it down and want them to wear masks and all of that, she just trying to keep her people safe. But the person that's suing, I don't think
Governor,
that's
the
right.
governor, the governor
The
of
governor.
Atlanta,
Okay.
Governor Kemp, launched a lawsuit against Keisha Lance Bottoms because I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up on the internet and I'm gonna read it to you guys because I want your opinions. What you think? It says, let me read it to y'all right quick. It says Brian Kemp filed a lawsuit Thursday against Atlanta City Council and the mayor to block the city from enforcing its face mask mandate. This lady simply, now remind you, South Carolina is one of the surge across the southern states, and I am here in South Carolina. I am here in Myrtle Beach, which is in Horry County, which is one of the counties that is the highest in South Carolina. I'm not complaining about being locked in. I'm not complaining about shutting in because I only go to necessary places because my health means a lot to me. I walk my 5 miles. I social distance because usually when I go walking, nobody is out there to go out there with me. In the mornings when I go, I'm usually out there by myself. And then in the evening times when I go, I may pass one or two people and we do social distance. So that's only really the only thing I do. We may go to the grocery store We don't have to go to the laundromat no more. Thank God we got blessed with a washer and dryer. We don't have to go to the laundromat
Mhm.
no more. So we don't have to go out and be a part of all of that. 4th of July, all these people were running to the beach. The cameras, you can turn on the news and see the cameras where all these people are flocking to the beach. Then
That's
you
right.
reports back of how many people are infected now. There was a whole group that came from Virginia to Myrtle Beach, and everybody that was a part of that group got infected with coronavirus. Now, you tell me, is your life worth you coming and enjoying a weekend at the beach? And
No.
think about the lives that you're going to affect because you're not thinking about what you're doing, and you just want to
That's
you
right.
just want to enjoy life. Okay, I get it. You only live once. Okay, if you make it through this, you want to live and you want to continue to enjoy life. So
That's
would
right.
you not rather make it through this, or would you just rather put your life at jeopardy now and not sure about what may or may not happen?
Make it through
Because you
this.
see, you see what's happening. If you go to the hospital, you get admitted into the hospital. 9 times out of 10, you're not making it home.
Yes.
That that's
They
that's
having
that's,
very
that's
little
what that's
ventilators.
what's happening. People that go to the
Mm,
hospital are not making it home. But those that are staying home, self isolating, take care of themselves the natural way, fighting
yes.
through all this, not giving in to their pain, keeping themselves hydrated, keeping moving, and not just laying there. Those are the ones that are surviving. But you got to keep your immune system up. You got
That's
to keep
right.
your mental. You got to
Vitamin D.
you not only that, you got to keep your mental in
Yes.
check. You got to keep your emotion in check, your physical.
That's right.
It's got to be in check as well as your spiritual.
That's right.
All of it's got to be on one accord in order for you to be healthy. So that means you got to rest, you got to
That's
nurture your
right.
body, you got to feed your body spiritually. Yeah, I know we can't physically go to a church, you can't physically conjugate, but I'm telling you, I've been having church online, enjoying my
Hmm.
pastor praying, enjoying my pastor preaching, enjoying my pastor teaching, and been catching some more people. And God say, well, one, two, three gathered in my name. It don't matter where
That's
you
right.
gather at, as long as you gather in his name. Whether it's live, whether it's on the phone, wherever it's at. If you gather in his name, he's gonna be in the midst. So I tell you, he's definitely been showing up and being in the midst of what's been taking place over these airways. And we have to be careful too what we're speaking over these airways and what we're speaking into people when we speak over these airwaves too, because we still are accountable whether we are in a church building or online. We still accountable for souls.
That's
You still
right.
accountable for the word. So we got to make sure that we're teaching the right things and we're doing the right things. So um Alicia just sent me a message, so she's on her way.
Okay.
To join the chat. So we're gonna continue to chat. But if anybody got any questions or anything that they want to chime in on about COVID-19, I would love to get your insight, your input, your thoughts. We're gonna have a whole nother segment that's dedicated to homeschooling versus returning to school. So I didn't want to go into that part of it, but
Hmm.
that's on July 31st. Join me. It's on a Friday from 1:30 to 2:30. We are going to be touching again on homeschooling versus returning to school. That has been in the media lately. It has been a topic that has been touching a lot of people, and I really want to see how the government is going to handle this. Are they going to really make parents send their kids back to school, or is it going to be an option where they can homeschool, or they can send them back to school? I don't know how they're going to make them go back to school when they had the option to homeschool before all this happened anyway. But
Yeah.
people
Yes.
choose to send their kids to school. But I understand where a lot of people are coming from. You know, no, we can't continue, we can't live in fear. It's not about fear for some people. With some people, it's about um, other people, how they take care and how they clean, how they sanitize, and how they care for their kids. You know, everybody don't care for everybody the same way, and everybody don't handle all situations the same. So um, we have to be mindful when we're in charge of other people's kids. You know,
That's right.
some people like they kids handled a certain way, and if you're not handling it that way, then some people just rather not send their kids, and they just rather for them to be at home to make sure that they're safe. And I think that's where a lot of people are standing on that. So we have Ashley. If she come in, it looked like the internet is doing something, but whenever
Okay.
it lets her in, she will be in. Ashley is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So I know Louisiana has been one of the hot spot states as well. What's your
Yes,
thoughts
it has.
on what was taking place in Louisiana when COVID first hit? Because I know one of my friend girls, she's from I think it's Zachary,
Okay.
Louisiana, and
Yes.
she was showing on there. People was outside walking in groups and huddles, and they were not practicing social distancing. And then, yeah, it was just a lot. And then the mayor had, I think they loosed y'all lockdown. Are y'all still on lockdown, or is it loosed?
It's loose for right now. We are on the in phase two.
So in phase two, when they say phase two, they are letting what open? Drive through
Bar,
restaurants, no
yeah, barber
bars,
shops. But the bars
no sit
closed
down
back
eat
down.
restaurants.
Uh, they don't.
I know here in
The
Myrtle Beach
bar.
they had opened back
Uh,
up. Restaurants. You could go in restaurants. They had opened back up a lot of different things, and you could go in a lot of different places. Ashley, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm right here. Hey, how y'all doing?
hey, how
We
you
can.
Um,
doing?
this Ashley B. Wright. I'm from
So,
Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and they had
so
closed
we
back down the DMV down here.
our DMV has been closed. Let me tell you, you have to have an appointment. You can only go in by appointments, and they had waiting lists for the appointments. So you had to go far in advance. So what they were doing, they were like when your tag and stuff expired, they would give you an extra 30 days, I think, to get your tags and stuff expired. I don't even think that they've opened back up all the way because they were trying to
Right,
jump from phase one and go straight to phase three because they opened all
right,
the beaches
right.
back up. They opened up so much stuff, and
And people started getting sick.
we were not ready. People were getting sick.
Yeah,
Cases was going up.
yeah,
Hmm.
You
yeah.
know,
Well, they
I
just shut down bars down here. The other day, so nobody can go in the bar or nothing. They just shut that down.
well, they shut the bars down here again, and then they also put curfew on alcohol sales. So they letting people go. Like I didn't understand. Weekend before last, there was a big shooting 2 people got killed and 8 people got shot in Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh,
Could have
what?
been avoided. All that could have been avoided if
It,
they had been
it
closed
could have.
because of COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? Because they were supposed to have
Yeah.
been closed because of
I
COVID-19.
understand.
There was supposed to be no clubs open. But that club owner decided that he was going to
Right.
open. And a rapper came from Atlanta and they had this party. And all them people up in there. And 2 people got killed and 8 people got shot.
Mm.
All because these people can't sit at home and practice social distancing and practice trying to save a lives because basically that's
Well,
what they do. And then they could have saved some lives. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But
but see,
they've
all
been
Yeah,
this is
they
about
could
the
ignorant
have.
to
money.
what they're supposed to do. But see, everybody saying, okay, well, we got to live. We can't be living in fear. I don't think it's living in fear. I
Right.
really don't think it's living in fear. I think it's living consciously and
That's
using
right.
wisdom. It's
You have to
using
stay prayed
wisdom.
up. You just have to stay
That's number
prayed up.
one. That's number one. You got to be
You got
prayerful
to
in
stay prayed up.
everything you do.
Yeah. Yeah, you got
In
to stay prayed
everything you
up.
do.
And another thing is they want to hurry up and open up everything so they won't have to pay nothing. And they losing money. That's why. But the money that they, was making, they ain't making that no more. The casinos ain't making it. The mall ain't making it. So they really losing money. And that's why they want to hurry up and open everything.
Okay, so
Because
you
they
open
are losing
everything
money.
back up. Okay, I understand that. I understand that. I get that. I get economically we need to go back to working. Okay, so picture this: everything open back up. Everybody go back to work. Everybody go back to doing everything as normal. In case it's steady going up.
And
Not
they
are they
steady
Hmm.
going
going
up.
up,
They
but
steady going
the
up.
death cases are going up. So then now
Yeah.
you got
Yeah.
people that are dying
Right.
and
Because
ain't
that's what they
coming
want to
back.
do.
They
That's
dying and they
exactly
not
what they want to
coming back.
do.
So how is that stimulating your economy?
Right, right. That's why they talk about having another shutdown, like in September. They want to shut everything back down.
By
So
September, how many
that's
people
what they say.
how many people are gonna be dead by September?
Yeah,
It's
it
July.
is, and that yes,
August.
that's what I
That's
Hmm.
say.
2 weeks away.
That's
But
what I say.
let me
That's
ask y'all something. Let me ask y'all something. Y'all from Louisiana and I travel. I go from place to place. I don't mind moving. That's one thing about me. I ain't got no kids, so I can do that. But
I
I'm
don't mind
originally from
traveling
South
either.
Carolina. I lived in Atlanta most of my life. And I remember back in the day, there were some people
You cut
that
that back on.
they religion, I forget the name of their religion, but they like pyramids was a part of their little thing. Long story short, these people had um out in Covington, Georgia, they had these big old black like liners that three about the size of 3 people could fit in those liners. But you know what they was telling people? That they were liners for coffins. They were stacked up 25.
I
They
told her
were
I'm gonna put
stacked
it
up
up.
25. They were stacked up 25 high. They were stacked up 25 high. And they said it was in rows of thousands. Just thousands of them. Just stacked out there. And this was in Covington, Georgia now. This was some years ago. This was some
What?
years ago when the news people went out there. These people were going out there trying to film it, and it was suffering all over Facebook some years ago. And when
Hmm.
COVID-19 first started happening, they people started resurfacing these interviews and resurfacing these videos and
Right.
showing these videos. If you go on my page from a couple of months ago, if you scroll down through there for some months ago, you probably see it on my page because somebody shared it to my inbox, and I think I shared it. But it's
Mm.
way down there. But the fact that these people have storages, it is a storage area out in Covington, Georgia, with all of these things. They said the size of them, you can fit 3 human bodies in them.
Oh,
So
good.
But
people were out there
but you
trying
know
to do the
what?
math on them. They was out there doing the math on them, and they were saying the number of people that man estimated to pass away, that's how many coffins they got out there, and they were sending them
Yeah,
to different places. You think about
yeah,
when
it,
when I don't know if y'all seen pictures of how New York City was lined with ambulances and U-Haul trucks with coolers because that's how bad fast people were dying. And the morgue was
yeah,
running out of place to put people and to hold people. So they was holding people in coolers inside of these trucks, these U-Hauls that were coolers of Penzance
Mm-hmm.
and ambulances and all kind of places. So my thing is they wouldn't let nobody have funerals then when all this was going on. So where are all these loved ones that passed away? What did they do with these loved ones that passed on?
no telling. Because I don't trust
We don't
nobody.
No,
know. There's
No
a
telling.
lot of
no,
stuff
no.
that has taken place during this COVID-19 that a lot of us don't know nothing about.
Yeah,
You know,
but to be honest with you,
a lot of
this
stuff been
COVID,
going on in the background. A lot of hidden agendas have been taking place because they've been had us sidetracked with
yes, they have.
COVID-19. A lot of
Yes,
stuff
they
been
have.
going on. They've been holding court, and a lot of people been getting sentences, and a lot of people been going to jail, and we ain't been knowing nothing about it. A lot of our black boys been getting killed. A lot of things been
Mm-hmm.
going on, but they only been publicizing what they want us to see and hear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why we got to stick together. If we stick together more, because them other races, they stick together. We the only race that don't be stick together. But if we stick together, we will fight it.
that's right.
We all got to, you know, I sit back and I listen to. I've been listening to a lot of people speak on a lot of things over these last couple of months, and I've been giving people an opportunity to come on my platform and share. So I've been getting a lot of perspectives on a lot of different topics. But the main one is, people got to love how to love themselves.
Right. Right.
A lot of this is stemming back to us loving ourselves and
Right.
putting value on ourselves. Because if you value yourself, you love yourself, you're gonna protect yourself when you go out.
Yeah.
That's right.
And your
So
health, your health come first.
if you protecting yourself, then hopefully the next person gonna protect themselves if they value themselves. But if
Right.
they
That's
want to
right.
run around and go to the beaches and don't want to wear protective gloves and don't want to wear the mask, don't want to use hand sanitizer, don't want to wash their hands, want to keep having these get-togethers of 10 people or more with strangers, not really strangers, but people that don't live in your household.
That's
Right.
They
right.
Right.
don't talk to you. If they not in your
Right.
household, I don't care if they is your family. If they not in your household, you don't need to be conjugating with 50 or more people. 10 or more people, really,
No. No.
is what they
No, you
said.
don't.
10.
Right. Right.
We got to learn how to put
And I
value
agree.
on our lives and put value on the things that we are doing. I thank God for opportunity to have this platform and to be able to come on and share with people. Um, so I just wanted to give you guys an opportunity because I've been doing a lot of talking, and I know a lot of these viewers probably like, I wish she would shut up because they know I will talk. They know I love to talk. I got 2 radio shows, and then I do the Saturday talk live, and then I do my lives on here every Monday through Thursday, and then I'm about to come out with another show in September. So all I do is talk. So I'm sure they probably tired of hearing from me. They want to hear from the people on my panel. So we got 15 minutes. For the next 15 minutes, I want y'all to talk about COVID-19, how it's affected your life,
Okay.
and how do y'all see us rebounding for this? What do you see? Do you see us growing from this? Do you see us coming together? What are your outlooks on COVID going into 2021? We six,
Well,
7 months, we 7 months, almost 8 months in. So that leaves us with 4 to 5 months left to go in this year. How do
well,
you
what I
see
can
COVID
say
turning
is
around?
COVID-19 just didn't start. This been out since 2017. This just didn't start. They just telling us about it. This really came out like 15, 16. People been wearing their masks off and on around them years. And then all of a sudden, 2020, they post the COVID-19. This disease been out. You know what I'm saying? It's the flu mixed with, some extra. But this disease been out. Now they want to tell you about, oh, wear your mask, wash your hands. You should have been doing that from day one anyway. Nobody shouldn't have to tell you to be careful on how to protect you. So this disease just didn't came out, it been out.
And I believe that because if you look on the back of the Lysol can, it's on the back of the Lysol can. So if it just come out in 2020, how is it already on the back of the Lysol can?
Right.
So it's sitting on there and it's sitting in between different influenzas. It's been out. And what some people say, I don't know how true it is. They say it's just if you look at some of the symptoms, they said they trying to get HIV airborne. And this is one of the ways that they're trying to get it airborne. So this was one of the mutations from the HIV trying to become airborne. That's what they say.
Any excuse.
So they a lot of people saying a lot of stuff, but I'm just trusting and believing that God's gonna work it out. I'm gonna stand on His word and
He
His
is.
word only,
He is. And
and
he is.
that He
He got
will
everything in control.
He will work it out because
Right.
this is a pandemic. It's not the first one, and it won't be the last one. If
Right.
we live to see it, it's gonna be another one. If we don't live to see it, the generations to come after us, they will live to see another one. But I hope that it won't affect their lives like it has affected our lives. So I hope we're
Right.
able to get some things together so that we can leave them so that they won't have to go through what we've been through in our generation.
Right.
That's just some of the things that I'm trying to get people to understand. Everything may not come in our time.
Right.
So we got to remember the ones that are coming after us. God
Right.
has put us in place to be those leaders to lead the next generation,
Right.
the ones that are going to come after us.
Right.
So, do y'all have anything else that y'all would like to say, or anything else that y'all would like to chime in before we get out of here?
I just want to say that everybody keep God first and stay prayed up. And we have to
Amen.
learn how to stick together. And that's all I want to say.
Amen. Amen. What about you, Miss Tanya?
I would just like to say we're gonna get through this and keep God first, and make sure you keep your hands clean, wear your mask and your gloves.
Amen. 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 Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on and sharing with me today on this platform. We will be back next week. The same time, I will be touching on, I will have some more panelists, and we will be touching on different types of abuse that is affecting our community. And definitely during this pandemic, I know domestic violence and other types of abuse have went up. The cases have went up. So we're going to be touching on that next week. So if you guys are not doing anything, I want you guys to come back and join the conversation with me on next Friday, 1:30 sharp, right here on Facebook Live. Again, I want to thank you guys for coming on and being a part today.
Right.
So you have been tuned in to Walk in Purpose with Angela on behalf of D.A.M.O.N Looks, which is a product of the D.A.M.O.N Network. I am on the O.N.E Dynasty network, a part of D.A.M.O.N. We're on the Blog Talk Network, and my show airs live first Wednesday of every month. My next show will be August. I'm sorry, it is July. August 5th, and it airs at 9:30 p.m. We come to you live on Blog Talk Radio. Um, and we broadcast live from Lagos, Nigeria. You can call in and chat with me live on air at 516-453-9133. And if you don't catch my show, you can catch any of my co-hosts for the station. There's someone on the station every night at 9:30 p.m. Please go over and check us out. Check my show out. Again, August 5th, I will have Marcus Divine on, and I will have Nivy, officially call me Nivy, on my show. So check me out. My flyers are floating around on Facebook. Again, for those that do not know who I am your girl, Angela Thomas Smith. I am the founder of AALAC, which is the African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign, bringing awareness to brown authors all over this world. I am also the CEO of Aspiring Authors Magazine, where we're bridging the gap with brown authors all over this world, and we're touching on topics that's affecting our brown community all over this world, from social injustice to domestic violence, suicide awareness, and various types of abuse. Anything that is affecting our community, we're touching on it and bringing awareness. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and always supporting me on this journey in life. So I want to thank you guys for this opportunity to come before you on today. I will see you guys on tomorrow, 10 a.m. on Release Her Sounds. I am one of the co-hosts for that show. We air at 10 a.m. every Saturday morning. I will be on Saturday morning right here on Facebook Live. And it is a product of I Am Her International Visionary, Dr. Zorn, Apostle Dr. Zorn. So thank you guys, and I will see you guys on tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day and have a blessed and prosperous weekend. Walking in purpose on purpose. Thank you.